his law, his judgment, his word, his testimony, his ways, his commandments, his statutes, meaning anything that has come from the mouth of God. The song that we're going to deal with says, I'm reaping the harvest God promised me, which meaning we're dealing with something that he spoke, not something that you did for yourself. Evangelist Daniel Carter, Bishop Daniel's sister said, the Lord had to show her the difference between a crop and a cross. A crop is something that you plant, a position that you put yourself in. Therefore, the results are not guaranteed, but a cross is something that God has given you. Therefore, it is followed by a promise. Many are the afflictions or crosses of the righteous, but there's your promise. But God delivered them out of them all. The definition of recover, when you look it up, it talks about to regain or to get back or to acquire again. There are a lot of different words for recover, but they all start with re. And anytime I see something that much, I want to know what it means. So I looked up the two words, the prefix re, and it says indicating a return to previous condition or restoration, back to an original state, indicated by an undoing. Means it has to be undone first. It was done, it got undone, and he's going to restore it back. I shall recover all means something was covered, it got uncovered, and now I'm going to recover it. Anybody been through any hurt or any pain in this room? Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, if you've been hurt, congratulations. Take back what the devil stole from me. The first thing you've got to recover is recover your mind. The Greek word ananepho, ana meaning again, nepho meaning to be sober or to regain one's senses from delirium. Reminded of a story of a little boy who couldn't stand swimming, hated water. He was walking by the pool and somebody gently threw water up in his eyes. Blurred his vision and caused him to go crazy. He tripped over into the pool, immediately started kicking and screaming and drowning. While he was kicking and screaming, he heard a voice say, stand up. But he kept screaming. He couldn't hear it loud enough. This went on 2 or 3 times. Finally, the voice said, son, stand up. When he heard the word son, he realized, that's my father. And anytime your daddy tell you you can do something, you think you can do it. If your daddy tell you you can fly, you're going to go find the nearest bridge and jump off. Because you believe it when your father tells you something. He heard his father say, son, stand up. He regained himself. He came to himself, gathered his feet, felt the ground up under him, and stood up and realized he was standing in knee-deep water. My God. Same thing happened to us in our walk. The devil really didn't take us through no trials and tribulations. He just threw something in your eyes and caused you to see something that caused you to lose your focus. My God. But then you heard the voice of God after the first thing you did was you shut up. The first thing. And when you heard God's voice, God said, stand. After you've done all you can, you just stand. The funny thing is, when we came to ourselves and we realized the ground was right up under us all the time, on Christ, the solid rock, I stand. All other ground is seeking sin. His word was there all the time. All the time. His word was right there. What we had today, Romans 8:18 says, for I reckon, which means I remember, or I recall, or I recalculate, that the sufferings of this present time shall not be able to compare to the glory. So the first thing you got to recover is your mind.